SmackDown took place in the Performance Center last night. I'm here to give you my review. A bit late, but here I am. They had Michael Cole run down the show. They're going to replay Triple H against Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 32 tonight. That match was boring. So, yeah, Sasha Banks come out looking great as always. And Bayley comes out with her. And Bayley notes that WrestleMania is 1 week away and anything is possible at WrestleMania. However, this year, WrestleMania is a nightmare because of Paige. Paige is forcing Bayley to defend the title in a fatal 5-way elimination match. Bayley says Banks doesn't know that Paige added Sasha to the match to mess with them. Bayley pointed out that it doesn't matter because they're so close and she doesn't have to worry about Sasha. Then Sasha is about to respond. She's about to potentially turn on her. Then, of course, Lacey Evans interrupts. Don't really care much. I'm not a fan of the whole Lacey Evans character anymore. I think it hasn't worked. Then Naomi comes out and she is defending Lacey. It's basically Naomi and Lacey against Bayley. Sasha. Tamina comes out and she does not talk. She says actions speak louder than words. All I think is Tamina's pockets. That's an old wrestling soup joke. Shout out to Mish, but that's whenever I see Tamina, I immediately think of pockets. She immediately gives Naomi a headbutt, and then Sasha and Bayley attack Naomi, and then they back into Tamina, and they're both scared of this loser, this 45-year-old loser who's never done anything. And they run off, and they make Bayley and Sasha look like complete cowards, but I guess they're heels, and they're so scared of Tamina, whatever. Then they go to Drew Gulak against Nakamura. So if Gulak wins, Daniel Bryan gets in a crown title match. Have a very good matchup here. It's fine for what it was, in an empty arena. And, they make it look a bit different this time. They have, instead of empty seats, they basically have screens, LED screens set up all around the arena to make it look less empty. And it does look better, but, it still sucks. Also, it's interesting what the WrestleMania set's going to be, but we'll get to there when that happens. But Drew Gulak beats Nakamura, and Daniel Bryan challenges Sami Zayn for a crown title at WrestleMania. They recapped Dolph Ziggler showing pictures of his date Mandy Rose and Otis snapping last week. In the back, Dolph Ziggler's on his phone talking to someone about Otis and Mandy Rose, and then Otis shows up. He's held back by a whole bunch of officials. He tries to attack Dolph Ziggler. They're able to stop and hold him back, and Ziggler challenges Otis to a match at WrestleMania and promises to have Mandy Rose in his corner. During the segment, there was a lot of static, and there was that symbol that I think it's the Killer Cross symbol. Hopefully it comes with Scarlet Bordeaux, but I think that's what it is. And what I was thinking is, we have Dolph Ziggler against Otis. Mandy Rose should probably be the special guest referee, but I guess they just have Mandy and Dolph's corner or whatever. And I think maybe Otis gets the girl. Maybe it's too early for that. I don't know. In the Performance Center, Elias is standing up on the perch, and he noted that he has a match with King Corbin at WrestleMania. He's singing a song about Corbin his throne being a toilet, and images of Corbin on the toilet flash in the background like childish humor. Corbin attacks Elias, and then he throws him off the railing on the perch, but he holds on. He hits him a couple times. He takes his scepter and he hits him, and Elias falls to the ground. Elias fell to the ground the same way Michael Myers fell to the ground from the balcony in the original Halloween. That's what I immediately thought. It was filmed the exact same. It was actually pretty cool, but Elias pretty much dies, and because there's no fans, they're able to make it look like he fell to his death. Back from the break, they have Michael Cole recap it, and they're making it a big thing. And of course, Elias was taken to a local medical facility, not a fucking hospital. It doesn't exist. Next, they have Alexa Bliss taking on Asuka. Asuka comes up first. No Kairi Sane. Now saying, hey, where's Kairi? Maybe she already left to Japan. I don't know, but there's no Kairi Sane. I think maybe Alexa and Nikki might win this match or something, because I don't know what's going on with Kairi. And then, of course, Alexa comes out with Nikki, and of course, Nikki's going crazy. Everyone just wants to see Alexa, who looks hot as always. She's very beautiful. How can you not like Alexa Bliss? She's okay as a face. I think she's doing decent. I think they can push her better as a single. I don't think they have to put her on Nikki in. The whole match wasn't really, it's hard to focus on because there's Nikki Cross going crazy. She hugs Michael Cole and she sits on the announce table. She starts freaking going everything Alexa does. The match was okay. Bliss has an early advantage, and then they go to commercial, and Asuka takes control, and she's dominating the match. And Nikki Cross is trying to chant a Lexi chant. Asuka mocks Cross, but Bliss starts to fight back. Bliss attempts a DDT. Asuka reverses the Asuka lock. Looks like Asuka was going to win. Looks like, this is it. And of course, Alexa Bliss counters again. Hits her signature DDT, 1, 2, 3. She pins Asuka cleanly. So that makes it, okay, Alexa beats Asuka. Awesome. Kind of retaining it. I don't think that matters much. Some complain about they don't like seeing Alexa pin Asuka, but I mean, they have to set up the match some way. And I don't know what they're doing with Kairi Sane anymore. It's like she even with the company still. I'm not sure that the Kabuki Warriors beat Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross. They did. I'm pretty sure they did to win the titles. I think I was there. It started with Sasha Bailey, then it went to the Iconics at Mania, and then I think it was Alexa Nikki. Pretty sure. I think it's Kairi Sane and Asuka. I think that's how it went, but. And that sets up the tag match at WrestleMania. It's obvious that's what's going to happen. The Usos cut a promo. They talk about the New Day. Not very much into it. It's the same thing. I think once Miz and Morrison mocked them, it's like, man, this guy shtick is over. It's like, all right, one of them yells and the other one talks, and the same thing. So Michael Cole is pushing Goldberg and Roman Reigns, and to have Triple H talk about the match. It's not going to happen, by the way, since Roman Reigns pulled out because he's a cancer survivor. He has leukemia, and him being around the coronavirus, a potential coronavirus, would be deadly for him. So he's not going to wrestle. That's good. And from what I heard, it's going to be Goldberg, Braun Strowman. The match already happened, so maybe Braun Strowman's a new champ. I don't know, but I think that's what they're doing. Anyway, you have WrestleMania 32, Triple H against Roman Reigns. One thing I noted about WrestleMania 32, the set is awesome, though. They have to go back to AT&T Stadium. Just looking at it, looking at the stadium, how big it is, and going outside, jeez, that thing's massive. But WrestleMania 37 stadium might be bigger than 32. In LA, I'm not sure, but 32 had a great look to it, but the show was not good. The main event sucked. That was one of the weaker WrestleManias in recent memory. Just everything they booked on that show pissed the fans off. But I remember everything, every single match. People wanted the result we won, we didn't get. And it was coming off two great shows because 30 and 31 were both great, but 32, man, not very good. Pretty bad WrestleMania. And Roman gets the win over Triple H in the main event. We come back, and the New Day talk about the Usos. They cut a promo, and they recap the Fiend and challenging John Cena at WrestleMania 36. They show a video package. Go backstage, you see Dolph Ziggler talking to Sonya Deville, and they're plotting everything. It's like Sonya, I guess, wants Mandy to be with Dolph. Mandy Rose approach and asks to talk to Ziggler alone. Rose doesn't like that Ziggler is taunting Otis at those pictures, and she doesn't want them to be. She doesn't want them to fight over her like she's a prize, and it sets up the match at Mania. And Dolph pretends to be nice. Maybe Mandy turns on him at Mania. You never know, but they'll set it up eventually. Firefly Funhouse, Bray Wyatt, typical one. He does the whole Ramblin' Rabbit, and he puts someone in the blender, and so he's drinking Ramblin' Rabbits, blood and guts, drinks them in the blender. And Wyatt notes that since Cena, that was actually pretty, I don't know, when he did that, I was like, oh, something off, something weird about that. Didn't feel right. It's a puppet, but Wyatt notes that since Cena is such a big star, they should have a standard match. He challenges him to a Firefly Funhouse match or something. So I guess it'll be similar to that awful House of Horrors match Bray Wyatt had with Randy Orton a few years ago. I think that was like the first pay-per-view I did on this channel, but that he did that Firefly Funhouse match with Orton. It was horrible. There'll be something like that. So main events, the Usos and the New Day. The winner faces Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania. And what happens here is, the big thing is the Miz is not going to wrestle at WrestleMania because he's sick, but we're not there yet. So we'll stick what's going on here. It's a main event. Eventually, Miz and Morrison attack the New Day and the Usos, and it ends up at DQ. And the match is a ladder match at WrestleMania, so it's going to be a number one contenders match, but Miz and Morrison ruin it with a DQ. So they're both out. So Michael Cole then grabs the microphone, and we know what's going to happen. He announces that the officials formed a Miz will defend against both the New Day and the Usos in a ladder match at WrestleMania 36. Miz and Morrison are furious. Usos hit them with super kicks, and the New Day hits the big ending, takes out the champs, sets up a triple threat tag team ladder match at WrestleMania. Now, that would be fantastic. That was probably the original plan at Mania in the Tampa Bay Stadium, and Raymond James Stadium. That would have been really cool. That'll deliver. But it's in the Performance Center, so it's really not going to be very good. So that was SmackDown. Next week is the go-home shows to WrestleMania 36. So, it is what it is. Every single person in the world wants WrestleMania to be postponed except Vince McMahon.